So, man, now I have this other thing that I would love to hear your opinion on. I wish Maul and Jay Everyday were here to listen to this.
They in the cloud. Y'all can call in.
1000%. Let me make sure I got my thing connected. Yeah, it's connected now. So Maul, Jay Everyday, y'all want to call in? Have anything y'all want to add to? People be able to hear you through the interwebs. So y'all know that I have smoke for Dr. Umar as far as
perpetual smoke.
As far as that school, right? He's still in this particular interview that I'm about to pull up. They asked him a question at the beginning about how's the school coming along. He starts talking about, oh yeah, we gotta do some painting and we gotta do some doors and we gotta paint the floor and all that. Paint the floor.
What floor?
Paint. What floor do you paint? Whatever. That's beside what I'm trying to get at in this. And then number two smoke I have with Dr. Umar is if you have children, as people say that you do, why didn't you marry either one of their mothers?
Oof.
If it's two different mothers.
Oof.
So those are the two things that I have. What's up with this school and what's up with your wife? Those are the two things that I have. But when he's spitting bars, he's spitting bars. So I'm going to speed this up. But man, he was going crazy on this one.
You gotta get used to it. It's okay.
A course forward. Where is the black bank in Toronto? Or can we start a credit union? Or could we start a SUSU where every black man in this cipher is going to put $100 in a month, and once we get $100,000 we're going to buy a building, so we got a place where we can organize our people, take care of our young folks. Institutions are 50% of the solutions. Institutions, school, bank, hospital, supermarket, manufacturing, distribution. If we ain't talking institutions, we're not serious about solutions. And the reason why we can't change our people's behavior is, in order to change behavior, you got to have control over the institutions that they need, right? If I want to work for the white man, he's going to tell me how to dress, he's going to tell me how to look, he's going to tell me how to talk. And I'm going to do it because I want that job, or I want that free food, or I want that housing. You can only control people's behavior when you got something they need.
Nabs the Beauty said, this ninja. Yo, keep going. Now, this one was a good one, Nabs and Beauty.
We don't do anything for our people. Why the hell would they listen to you? Until you can provide them with what they need, you'll never get their attention.
So I have a quick question. Actually, it's two questions.
Hold up, introduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, my name is Umar. I'm the owner of Activated Studios, Competent Construction.
Same thing, right? We just go into the microcosm. So for me, if I'm trying to organize my family, I'm only going to go to 4 or 5 people who I know I can trust. And we're going to get organized first, come up with the blueprint, and then the relatives that they're most closest with, they're going to pull in one by one. The worst thing you can do with your family, the worst thing we can do with black people is invite everybody to the table at the same time. That's a recipe for disaster. Get the ones who want to win hip-hop culture back into the community. Black folks.
Here we go.
You see this in the hip-hop community.
Sure.
Where you, with your second question, which is another good question, which I think is something that we ain't dealt with enough. And that is this tendency for black people, black men in particular,
Sierra was
to
good.
elevate their loyalty to the hood above their loyalty to black
What's up,
folks.
Sierra?
You see this in the hip-hop community, where you see hip-hop artists basically saying, without saying it, because they don't want to go too far, I'm loyal to hip-hop. I ain't loyal to black people. You almost feel it. You almost feel it, right? Like, yeah, we might kill and
Pause, let me know if you want to.
Yeah.
talk about shooting and sex and the women, but that's what hip-hop is. Okay, but it's negatively impacting the community. And they almost want to say, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's facts.
So my thing is this. If the black community
facts.
cannot rehabilitate and re-anchor hip-hop culture back into the community that birthed it, we're going to have to destroy
And
it.
it's funny you say that, because right here at the studio, Activated Studios, I have those same conversations with different artists. And like I said, a lot of them come from New York, just all over, and come here to make their music. And I say, well, you say this, but it affect.
Yes.
They be like, man, I don't give a. They
Yes.
tell me it's off
It's
camera.
almost like,
And
you
they
know what it's
laugh
almost
about
like? You know how we got the black bourgeoisie? They consider themselves above. They don't have to answer to nobody else.
Right,
They
right.
don't care how what they do affects the rest of us. The hip-hop community is almost a black bourgeoisie of its own.
Right.
We don't see it as
crazy.
that because they act like they from the hood. But think about it. They're not from the hood no more. They don't live there.
True.
You understand?
Right,
They don't
true,
party
true.
there.
Right.
They damn sure don't spend their money there.
Right.
So if you look at it, the hip-hop community is really the new bourgeoisie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about it. They live in white neighborhoods. They all I'm sending their kids to white schools.
Right.
They only act like they still from the hood to stay relevant to sell their music. Outside of that, they live in white lives.
Like Travis Scott, for
That's
example.
They live in white lives.
I say that's a great point.
You still selling death and destruction for Friday prayer. You know what he gonna say? Then he's not living Islam. But if he's not living Islam, why the hell he in your masjid? Do you see what I'm saying? You're looking for a way not to have to engage the negative elements because you ain't got the courage to step to them and shut that shit down. And that's what's happening in hip hop. The conscious artists and those who claim that the gangster rap ain't really hip hop Why you ain't saying that to the gangster rappers? Why you ain't going to the BET Awards and saying no more nominations for negative content? If you disrespecting women, if you promoting violence, if you promoting irresponsibility, guess what? No more nominations for you. If that ain't hip hop, why that ain't been done yet? Show me the accountability.
I think the accountability happens on multiple levels, but I don't think hip hop holds itself accountable.
Thank you.
I agree with
Thank
that.
you.
I agree with that.
So far, I know you said before that you don't listen to music a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm not a big music head. Not at all.
So based on what he said so far, and this is for you guys in the clouds as well, the number one question is, for me, is he spitting bars or is he not? About what he's saying about
Hip hop.
hip hop's effect on the community.
Yes, to a certain extent. I guess overall, yes. Overall, yes, he's spitting bars because I mean he's right. I mean, does the hip hop artist now has any allegiance to the people that listen? They don't. Right? I've heard y'all say several times on this podcast that what you listen to is up to you. Right? We know what's getting pushed through the radio. Sexy Red, Meg Thee Stallion, Shake That Ass, Shoot Up the Neighborhood, all killers be killing, whatever. But in this day and age, especially, because of the internet, what you listen to is 100% up to you. There are plenty of hip-hop artists, musical artists that are talking positively. The shit's still a bop, and it ain't talking about, being promiscuous and killing everybody in the neighborhood. So that's up to you, what you listen to. That's your choice. No, I don't think hip-hop artists have an allegiance to black people at all. They don't. No one has allegiance to nobody. I don't care who you are, what race you are. You don't have allegiance to nobody. Does that sound good in a perfect world? Yes, it does. All right, I will hope that in a sea of other people, I see another black man, I can look at him and know I don't have a problem with this man. Right? I'm somewhere where it's a mixed group of people. I should be able to look for another black person for comfort in this situation. To know if this went down and you saw that I was not in the wrong, that you would come to my backing without me having to look for you. I should just look up and see another black person helping me. Right?
I feel that because when I walk into certain places and I don't see any black people, I call it racial bias or whatever. I do look for that black person, and I do see. We have that a lot of times we have that nonverbal communication where we look at each other.
Yeah, I got you. You got me. All right.
Just nod, like, all right, I'm looking out for you.
But skin folk ain't kin folk. Like, you can look at some black people and you give them the nod, they don't do it back. I'm like, oh, they got him. Like, he ain't one of us.
They not like us.
He's not. They got him. And so like, yeah, in the perfect world, what he's talking about would be great. My gripe with Umar is all talk, no action. Where, he got this grand idea that they should do this, they should do that, but do a summit where you got all these people. Go to the DNC and talk to them. That's where they at.
Yeah. I think, as I listen to, I've said before, I don't listen to a lot of, I guess you would call it mainstream rap, but I have listened to, I listen to both. It comes across my docket one way or another.
Right.
If I'm watching a video on YouTube, they're playing it in the background, or I might just have a day where I just throw on some rap music or hip hop music or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, one of the guys in the guy that's, excuse me, talking to Dr. Umar, his name is Mouse Jones. And he asked Dr. Umar at the beginning when they started interacting with each other, he said, when you say hip hop, are you talking about the culture or are you talking about the industry? So do you think there is a separation of the two?
Yes.
Okay. Elaborate.
So the industry rap is mainstream. That's what somebody who's not of the culture is pushing out there as what they deem is good music. I'm not trying to knock Sexy Red. It's just she's just the most divisive at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But did culture really push her forward, or did the industry? Which I feel like my vision of the culture could be skewed because I'm not hood. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. So like, I don't care for those type of things. The people that are, they do care, right? I'm not looking for a woman who agree with Sexy Red. That ain't the type of woman I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. So why would I care about what she's saying? And so someone like her or people that make that type of music is pushed through the industry. Not all the time. Sometimes shit just pop naturally. Mm-hmm. But something like that most definitely pushed through the industry. Now, when it comes to the culture is what you choose to listen to, not necessarily what is forced upon you. I feel like you automatically gotta take anything that's a radio hit. You look at that with a side eye.
Nelson Beauty said regarding the Simone Biles thing, she said her mama want a piece of that pie.
Oh yeah, for sure. She trying to get some. She want to wear that 30% gold medal too.
Oh, she. Matter of fact, Simone, just like you didn't watch Bel Air, did you?
No.
Okay. Well, spoiler. I'm gonna tell y'all a spoiler right now. So if you're watching it, haven't caught up. If I'm not mistaken, it was no. Actually, I'll use it this way: corporate, right? Corporate business. He made a skit where his father basically after X amount of years, never being in his life, came back in his life and was doing all the fatherly things, building a relationship and all this stuff. And then later on, sometime down the line, his father revealed to him the real reason why he sought out corporate. It was because he was dying and he wanted corporate to give him one of his kidneys. Mm. So that's what I think when it comes to this Simone Biles thing with her mom. I don't think she really wants a relationship with her daughter. I think she's trying to figure out a new way to get some more crack.
Nah, she want to live that successful life. She tired of living in this little house with her sister and the 7 kids. She sees Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens in a big house and 2 little dogs. She's like, y'all got an extra room? Let me stay in it.
Y'all got an extra room. Yeah. How much can you pawn that gold medal for? You got 4 of them.
Let me be a stay-at-home grandma.
Right. Be Humble said, I listened to hip hop my whole life, never committed a crime. See, okay, here's the thing. That's facts, right? Most of us never have. No, I don't want to say most. A lot of people have.
It's an anomaly in every situation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I purposefully I don't listen to a lot of rap / hip hop music because I believe in surrounding myself by what I can relate to. Mm. So if I can't relate to all this nonsense that they're talking about in the mainstream rap, then I listen to Tobin Wigway, who always praises his wife, who always keeps his kids and his wife around him. Super duper big family man, as I am. Like, you can look through all of Tobin Wigway's videos. His wife is always right there with him, as far as any video that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I listen to Jordan Lucas. Jordan Lucas, to me, is dope.
Hey, the man got bars.
He has bars. He has flow. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's crazy creative. To me, he's like I put him in a term of visionary, because I watch his videos and I'm like, I don't know how you would have thought about doing this. So, let's see. Be Humble said, "Will, we know you had a swimming pool at your high school." I don't know what you mean. Like,
I went to Julian. I'm not from the suburbs. I grew up in the hood, like Southside Chicago for sure.
Nelson Beauty said there is a separation between hip hop industry and hip hop culture. Hip hop culture is a part of the American experience. Hip hop industry is agenda based with plenty of business backing it. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Can we get a applause for Naps and Beauty? That was a great way to phrase it. Now, while I was listening to this conversation, I asked myself that question. Is there a difference between hip hop industry and hip hop culture?
And what you come up with?
I think.
Look, Spaces just got to be decisive. Why you just can't?
I think there is a separation. National Beauty is right, but I also think the industry is reflecting of the culture, because they take the people, like if you think about it, all the rappers that I can think about at this very moment are people that came from a specific background that may or that can, I don't even know how to phrase it, but a lot of them, most of them that I've seen that I can recall at this moment have had a background, like breaking the law type of background, running with the police type of background. Then they take those people and say, all right, the industry takes those people and say, all right, this person will be influential. So let's take this one person, magnify them, and then therefore they become a representation of the culture in the mainstream industry.
Okay, time out. Before you get too far, every genre of music has that. It's called counterculture. That shit will forever be put in the forefront because not everybody has because not everybody lives it. In country, they talk about the same shit. Committing crimes and how they ran with the good old boys and running from the cops and all the other good stuff. That's in country music. You know what I'm saying? And whatever music you want to go to, they talk about these things. It's just hip hop is the most catchy.
Appreciate you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate you. Thank you.
That's all it is. Every genre of music has this counterculture. Rock, that's how that became infamous. They talked about all the crimes and stuff they did.
So why is it then that all of the negative stereotypes about people doing things in society lie with black people?
Because our culture is the number one exported thing in America.
Give yourself a round of applause. Woo. Sheesh.
But we knew that.
Spin bars over here, man. So that's saying then that our culture is for sale.
The industry, hip hop is for sale.
Most people, see, I mean, okay.
So the industry rap is what get pushed all over the world because it's what crosses the top, the Billboard 100 or whatever, right? That's a lot of people's first introduction to hip hop who don't live here. So that's what they hear first, and that's what they think of America. That's what they think of Black America, and that's what the industry is there for, to perpetuate what they want of black people to the rest of the world. That's why when other races get here, other cultures get here, they look down on us, just like they white Americans. Like it's like, where y'all come from with this? Look at the Asians. No, for real.
Yeah.
They look down on black people so bad.
Yeah, I get
that
you.
They had to come out with a Stop Asian Hate bill. Like, come on, man. So, but their interpretation of America is through movies and music.
So,
and in both of those, we are portrayed to the rest of the world as in very poor light.
Right. And now, where my question about that comes in is, what do we ever point there's black people are participating in it as well.
Right.
Right. So we have black person after black person. It's like a
There's
cardboard
some black people
cutout.
at the very top, though. We got some people at the entry level. We got some people, middle. We got some people at the top. But at the very top, in full control, how many black people up there?
It's tough to. I don't know the answer to that question, to answer the question, but it's also tough to say because we don't see the people at the top most of the time. We see the people that are on YouTube, that are on making music videos, that's on TikTok and social media. And those are the people that you were just saying, the Asians, all the people that are coming into America, those are the people that those people see.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a level of participation that's going on that black people also have to be responsible for too.
I mean, 100%. Because a lot of people would tell you, not just black people, again, would tell you, if somebody go do it, it might as well be me.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody gonna make money off of it, might as well be us. That's how some people see it.
Yeah.
And so, it's almost impossible to get us all on one accord. It is what it is. So as long as one person's willing to do it, it ain't gonna be stopped. So I live by the mantra: control what you can control. You control you, and you can control who you take in as friends, and you take in people with same mindset.
So in Naps and Beauty, you don't like Dr. Umar? What's wrong? You deleted your comment. I saw it.
Oh well. No, we not deleting stuff. No, we not deleting stuff. Naps and Beauty.
But yeah, I was curious. I don't know. Is it like, do you have the same level of smoke for him that I have? Is it like that, or is it just you just tired of seeing them, or what? But the reason what highlighted this interview for me was this conversation between Dr. Umar and Mouse Jones got heated. Now, let's go right here. So he asked Mouse Jones, in 50 years, what does hip hop have? What do we have to show for 50 years of hip hop as far as building a community? Now, Mouse Jones couldn't answer the question, but I was getting turned up listening to this side of Dr. Umar.
You're gonna cut me off again. I said an institution.
I said people.
Where's the bank of hip hop for the black community?
The definition of the word people means not that. Somebody grew up in the hood.
Hip hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community.
That's
gave me
incorrect.
fashion. The first thing out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion, then you started yelling over me.
What
But
else?
then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still talking about cinema. We're still talking about these camera operators, these new people coming up
Let me
with
make it
new
real concrete for you.
I just made it concrete.
No, it wasn't. That was all bullshit.
No,
give
what
me a
you're about to say.
give me a relevant institution that hip hop built in any community anywhere in America in 50 fucking years.
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
I just told you concrete. People that would not have.
I didn't say
You're gonna cut me off
individuals.
again.
I said
You're
an
gonna cut me off again.
institution.
I said people.
Where's the bank of hip hop for the black community?
The definition of the word people means not an individual. So I'm telling you, people that now of 50 years ago would not have had access to work
dealing in
these
individualism. I ask you, what did they do for the community? You can't give me nothing because they ain't done shit
People
for
from the community can now work in a music industry that there was never going to be a space for them.
What the fuck? That's individualism. That ain't helping us. That's bullshit.
No.
Bull fucking shit.
No.
It's not helping us.
No. What's happening is virtual signaling. That's what's happening.
Bullshit.
Virtual signaling
ain't
happening.
done shit. A few people could get jobs. Everybody can say that shit. Elon Musk got a couple black people on the payroll. That don't mean shit.
Elon Musk didn't come from black. He's not a black person.
My point is, you can get a job from anywhere, whether they black or not.
But now
That's
you're
not
getting a
unique
job.
benefit.
Now black
but
people.
you're still talking about individualism, bro. A few people. You've been around for 50 years, the most popular music genre in the world, billions and billions of dollars, and all you can tell me about is a few people can get jobs? That's bullshit when you look at the cost that the black community has had to pay for hip hop. A whole generation, 2-3 generations of black kids growing up thinking the best thing you can do is be a damn gangster.
I can't, that part I can't give you. Does hip hop need accountability?
Oh, man. I saw you have a reaction earlier.
I mean, he funny, man.
He funny?
Yeah, that dude more funny, bro. Cause like he's screaming about a concrete, institution, and you got this invisible school. Like, what are you talking about here, bro? Like the thing starts with individuals. So how come an individual can't get a job, make some money, and then begin to build something concrete? Like what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? It's hard for me to watch him sit there and scream like that, like a fucking child, like a child, because he feel like his point wasn't getting answered, and then did not provide an answer that will fit what he thinks should be there. Right? Okay, yeah, cool. You pointed out a flaw. How do we fix it? What do we do? Building a bank ain't easy as just building a club. You just can't just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. He act like, oh, where's the bank? Where's the hip hop school? Like, what are you talking about? It's a whole media industry connected to that. All right? No, it's not ran by black people in hip hop. It's not. It's not.
This is a very interesting interview. I personally like this side of Dr. Umar. Because I've never seen him this turned up. I've never seen him this turned. I barely heard him even ever say a curse word.
Yeah, I wish Mouse Jones would have just let him yell and then go, okay, we don't, and now what do we do? Right? Because that's Dr. Umar Stitch, right? The advancement of black people, Mr. NAACP, but ain't providing no solutions. I don't know. My thing is, got to start somewhere.
And I think that's what he was saying, because in 50 years you should have something.
Nah,
50 years, and
it's 50 years of them not having control of it. What are you talking about? Black people don't control hip hop. We run it.
Black people are the
We're
faces
the
of it.
cogs.
Yeah,
we don't run. We don't control hip hop, right? And the more people be like, go more independent. the more chance the rappers, the more what's that do? LA, whatever. More people independent and control everything, right? We just not hearing about people getting control of their masters in the past few years. People is making music and not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? There is a huge gap of the music and the money. A lot of the artists were broke. They're fucking broke. They gave them that whack ass advancement, right? And told them they gotta buy chains and you gotta look like this. You gotta have this car, right? And then when they come back, they hand them a bill and they record #1 on a Billboard for 5 weeks. What do you mean you're not making no money? Right? Then they had, let's talk about the infamous Diddy deals, the 360 deals, the Birdman deals, where they was getting all the money and not the artists. We, as a hip hop culture, just now talking about having full control of your music.
Diddy and Birdman, they you could say those are two big names.
They still won the top,
but they still had control. Listen, Diddy's definitely a millionaire. Diddy himself could probably build a school off of the money that he wasn't paying his artists. You know what I'm saying? So or Birdman. You know, it's like all of these people that are in the music industry. Let's just say you have the rappers and the people that are above the rappers, the execs or whatever their title is. Those people, if they were interested in it, could build something. Because Nancy Beauty said, "Y'all caught me," and I agree with that. I agree with the talk Dr. Umar gives. However, he still simps around females like Sukihana.
Mm-hmm. Strong man, weak in the flesh. Get out of here, bro.
Be Humble said Diddy helped Elon Musk buy Twitter. He was an investor. He helped Elon, huh? The pale skinned African, South African.
The Dutchman. Get out of here, Dutch.
But yeah, man, I think y'all should check out this interview. I'm gonna put it in chat because it's like an hour long, so you have to put on your attention hat. You don't have to look at something that's longer than a YouTube short. But I think it was a great interview. I think Umar watched Mouse Jones in this particular interview because I do think in 50 years, it should be 50 years from the age 0 born coming out of the stomach to 50 years old, you should be able to do something.
Not if you ain't got control over it.
Yeah, but we still see what people do with their money when they do get it, right?
Right, and they done tons of stuff with their money by helping. How many scholarships did he pay for?
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I don't.
How many scholarships did Dre pay? I guarantee you, plenty. Right, and Dr. Umar, according to this particular interview, would call that individualism because it's not concrete.
Right, because
it take people to build those concrete things. So if I can't put the people in a position to be able to build these concrete things, I'm supposed to start with the concrete.
If you're paying tuition, you got money to do something concrete.
Building a bank is not building a corner store.
Yeah, but
it's not building a nightclub.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Right.
So what a school, you can build a school, but then you still got to go by state standards.
Right.
I mean, you could do a charter school like Dr. Umar is supposed to be doing.
Right.
That costs way more money than I'm pretty sure a lot of us can even imagine.
When it comes to that school, nobody will ever see an argument from me until it gets up. Like don't tell me about institutions and you tell me that your school isn't up because you need new doors, which is what he said in this interview.
And
so
then
I agree with that.
I don't know. I feel like black people didn't control hip hop. At the very beginning, we did before it was making money, but when it was a culture thing. But then when it became a business, it was never black people in control. Even with music before hip hop, black people was not. Motown not in control. Right? Don't get down on hip hop. Motown was before hip hop. You had all them singing ass groups. Y'all ain't looking for the bank of soul. You know what I'm saying?
And I get what you're saying. I think you were right when you said that when it comes to the scholarships, Dr. Umar, according to this interview, would call it individual things, which those are, as opposed to giving scholarships. Why don't y'all get together and help somebody build a school, help somebody build a grocery store, he said the whatever the four corners of a society are. Ice Cube right now is trying to do the big three. He's trying to build a whole basketball association. Can't build a school.
Who's to say he hasn't?
I don't, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Ice Cube in particular. I'm just saying all of the people who have actually gathered something.
Or maybe he's invested in a school.
Maybe
Is that the same as building one? Because I'm not a teacher. I don't know what it takes to run a school. But if I had the money, would I donate to somebody building? Yeah, but there you go.
Right.
Did I help? Does that count? What he like is basketball, so he built the big three, and to do that is amazing in itself.
Absolutely.
I feel like the expectation of what he's asking for is two different things.
So you don't think something could have happened and be built by now?
No. Again, with them not having full control over the finances, what coming in, where the money go, a lot of them were broke. A lot of them filed bankruptcy. Remember, TLC had to file bankruptcy. They were the number one group, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like that. It goes to show you that they are not in control of the finances of hip hop. Mm-hmm. They're not.
This is your brain
There's
when you're
somebody
struggling.
rich out here just in control, right? And I hate to be like the white man, but it is a Caucasian.
Now, see, this is where I have to give pushback, because black people are still choosing to be under those white people.
By and large, yes. Are we now moving in a direction where they are not? A lot of people are going independent now because you can't, because the internet has changed that.
Independent music is the best music.
All right, they ain't got nobody telling them what they got to say, who they got to work with, when the album got to come out. None of that. Mm-hmm. It's all on their own hustle. And I feel like we are seeing a bigger wave of people going independent, having their own masters, right? Being in control of their own distribution. And then, like, once give me 50 years of that. Every time your song get played in a movie, a game, or whatever, you getting all the royalties back, then yeah, you start looking at people a little bit different.
Hey, Naps and Beauty, I got to shout out this comment. She said, shout out to Tory Lanez. Listen, a lot of people might give me some pushback on it, but I think Tory Lanez was dope. His music. I mean, he sound real nasally when he's singing, because everything Tory Lanez, according to what he said on Breakfast Club, as you can tell, I listened to a lot of these interviews. He said on Breakfast Club, everything you saw him do, he did on his own. Mm-hmm. He taught himself how to sing, which that needs work, but he taught himself how to rap, I suppose, if that's an actual thing. Taught himself how to do all his publishing, how to make beats and all that stuff. Right. Everything Tory Lanez did was by his own hands. So shout out to Tory Lanez. Absolutely. So you reminded me of this. We don't have to go through the whole thing.
Okay.
But you said this when you said Dr. Umar and DNC.
I want a television. Let's do the debate. If Omega Sci-Fi, if my brothers of Omega Sci-Fi, who I love and respect, want to host a debate, it could be an Omega Sci-Fi debate. You can have the purple and gold. I don't care who hosts. I don't care where it's host. I want Steve, Ricky, and DL on the same stage. Keep the same energy, Africans. Keep the same energy. King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Will the real coons please stand up? King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Will the real coons please stand up? I said King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Let's settle this once and for all. Let's settle this once and for all, brother. Oh, yes. You can fool some of the people all the time, and all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool the King Kong consciousness none of the time. They bringing up Fannie Lou Hamer when the Democratic Party sabotaged Fannie Lou Hamer. Look at the hypocrisy. They don't think y'all know y'all history. They don't think y'all know y'all history. Bringing up Fannie Lou Hamer. She turned in her damn grave. She turned in her damn grave. The corporation is a plantation. All of us work, right? You work at a job. You work for a corporation. The corporation is the 21st century plantation. The NBA is a plantation. NFL is plantation. Hip hop is plantation. Hollywood is plantation. Media is plantation. We still on the plantation. The corporation.
That man did not just say hip hop is plantation. Did this man did not just say that hip hop was a plantation?
You said it, yeah.
But you want the plantation to have brick and mortar stuff. How? 50 years of a plantation.
Well, if
you expected something from it?
If the white people are if white people are at the top, and then they're owning, I don't want to say owning, but they're
running
they're running it, and then they're under them are black people. That's exactly what happened back in the old slavery days.
And that's exactly what I was saying.
So
how you saying after 50 years of being slaves, they should have stopped being what? How?
Because they're getting paid. A lot of these people are getting money.
No, it looked like they're getting money.
I've heard both ends of it, right? Like I've heard the story of what you said.
I feel like it's
TLC.
more people looking like they get money than it's people actually getting money.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Some of them are. Some of
with
them
that.
are getting paid. Most of them look like they're getting money. They not. We know they not. Several people has came out and said they not. Kodak Black said it. That ain't my money, man.
V, what's up? I'm glad you can make it to the stream. You're catching like the 3 out of 3rd part of 4.
Another happy birthday to Spaces.
Appreciate you. No, I think there's definitely something like there's something that could be something.
Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all come on, y'all been hearing this debate. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Think about the money Diddy has, because I don't really. I think it's kind of a
individualism.
Because I think of Diddy, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, all of these big Jermaine Dupri, all of these people. If they came together and said, you know what, let's do something that specifically will benefit a community of black people in particular, do you think they'll be able to do it? Because those are the people that own the Masters and cheat Birdman, cheating people out of their money and retaining their money. So you have the money.
Hold on, they were still under Interscope. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just because they had their own label under that label, they still had to pay dues for distribution.
Hey, Naps and Beauty, you just reminded me of something. Somebody told me. They said Kamala Harris had Megan Thee Stallion at her rally because both of them locked innocent black men up.
Damn. That's fucked up.
That just randomly popped in my head. Naps and Beauty said D.L. Hughley isn't even a king of comedy.
He not? Who is?
I thought it was DL, Bernie, Steve Harvey, and who was that? Cedric the Entertainer. Wasn't it the 4 of them?
Yeah.
Was Cedric the Entertainer ever funny to you? He was never funny.
Sometime.
Let's see. Be Humble said to Naps and Beauty, DL is one of the original kings of comedy tour. Yeah. Be Humble said Tory Lane's guilty. Naps and Beauty said to Be Humble, self-proclaimed, the general public never saw him as one, though.
I think D.L. Hughley is one of the greatest comics.
I think he's one of the wisest. Like the way he connects things is very, very intellectual. I can't say that I've seen a lot of his comedy stand-ups.
Hold on, we getting away from.
Yeah. So
because with me, we start talking comedy. It's
go.
It's go. So I don't
Right.
want to.
All right. So let's get back to this. Did I freeze it? There we go.
Hollywood is plantation. Media is plantation. We still on the plantation. The corporation is the new plantation, my ninja. The corporation is the new plantation. And guess what the new slave chain is? Guess what the new shackle is? The new shackle is your paycheck. The new plantation is the corporation, and
He lost me right there. He lost me right there. Because the new shackle is your paycheck. I think there's a difference in how we're getting paid now versus 80 years ago.
I mean, yeah, but I get what he's saying with that, because they say they get you to kill your dream by giving you a biweekly paycheck. So I mean, I get his point with that. I agree with that. If you're not doing something outside of work to push forward, your dream or something that you really want to do, and you feel like you can't do it because you have work.
Man, don't I know it?
Or like some people, some people who who jobs aren't paying them a lot, they got to work 2 full-time jobs. You most definitely shackled.
Yeah. I think it's
Not
more,
everybody, has the grace to work one job and I have to worry about nothing else.
I think in a lot of cases, in regards to that, in regards to him saying the new chain is your paycheck, I think that's more so people's inability to control their spending.
I mean, that too, but shit, inflation go up but not your pay.
I can't even argue that, bro. I can't even argue that at all.
Cost of living go up, your pay ain't going up, man. Like, that's why people got to get a side hustle. Everybody out here doing something on the side, trying to get paid, trying to live life. Everybody's goal ain't to be fucking rich. Everybody ain't meant to be a fucking leader. You know what I'm saying? So like you was talking about all these people in the hip hop giants. Everybody not meant to be a fucking leader. They not.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can make money. That's the fuck they good at. Can I teach other people how to do it? No, I can't. I did it.
Just follow what I did.
I had to resolve to do it. Right. I can tell you what I did, but I can't tell you 100 other ways to make money. Some people could tell you 100 ways to make money and ain't got a fucking dime. Could tell you 1,000,000 ways to save and can't save a penny. But I would not listen to a fat nutritionist.
Ah, shoot. All right, man. We got this last thing because I definitely those conversations went longer than I anticipated.
That need to change the podcast to longer than anticipated. You say that every week.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a particular thing, and we can just.
D.O. was not the host of Kings of Comedy. Damon Williams was the host of The Tail End.
This is
Just go off of this shorter. Okay, here we go. Speaking of, we'll go with this one. While this getting caught up, let's see. Catch up with you guys' comments. Nelson Beauty said, "Be humble, self-proclaimed. The general public never saw him as one, though. D.O.'s a great host." Be humble said there was a lot of information that came out during Tory Lanez trial. He admitted to it on a jailhouse call. Man, that's a conversation in itself. Nelson
he
Beauty
did.
I didn't hear him say that.
Man, he shot that girl. We know he did. He's just trying to get out of it. Anyway.
So I'll say one thing after I catch up with these last two. Be humble. Tory admitted that he was the cause of the pow pow. However, he did not pull the trigger. It was the bestie. She dry snitched on herself. Be humble said he did it. So I saw it was like a 2-episode thing regarding that whole situation. Mm-hmm. It was on Netflix. I forget what it was called. Like, did he do it or something like that? I don't know. It was 2 episodes. You can just Google it. One was from Tory Lanez's perspective, and one episode was from Tory Lanez's perspective, and the other one was from Megan Thee Stallion's perspective. I don't think he did it. You'll see in that video. You'll see her get out of the car. You'll see her walking and limping, and you can see the little patches of blood because it's like from a helicopter view. So you see the patches on the ground. There's little blood patches on the ground, but then she'll get back in the car. You get back in the car after this? Come on, man. Be humble said, I used to think OJ was guilty.